You see contact into turn one. Both drivers did a great job to keep from having their cars absolutely destroyed.
Oh, there you go.
We're wide there in the middle.
Sorry, guys.
Slid into the 78.
A little confused about that. She said she
That'd be a hard pass for.
Oh! He spun him.
But now the 88. Oh, and around goes the 11. Hambrick goes around.
The left rear was flat at corner entry.
It almost looks like she wasn't as far to the wall as Justin thought she was. This is a better angle right here.
Yeah, there was a couple feet there, so I don't know if Justin thought she was going to continue to move up to the wall. It was strategy that got him here. Oh, contact! Allmendinger, the 16, now the 19 of Jones around. Big damage on the nose of the 19.
Outside.
Hard hit on the inside wall for Brandon Jones.
Oh, that 98 of Herbst is into the wall. Bunch of cars with damage. That's something else he knew it wasn't going to work. Why sail it in there under? Oh,
And sideways goes the 8. Barry goes around.
Oh, Sam Bear in it.
And a big hit from behind on Ryan Sieg. They pile up coming out of 2.
And now here he is spinning in front of the entire field. You've already selected which lane you're going to go. You can't just change that lane. Jeb Burton.
Presented by Credit One Bank. Christopher Bell rolls through turns 1 and 2. Easily going through the lap traffic. Gets the win today. It'll be the last 6 races at New Hampshire that Joe Gibbs Racing has won. Christopher will be joining Kyle Busch as the second driver to win 3 straight races at New Hampshire. Off of turn 4, Christopher Bell dominates the New Hampshire race here.
By Credit One Bank. And the drought looks to be over for Chevrolet at New Hampshire. We talked about the Joe Gibbs Racing stranglehold they had on this racetrack. 6 wins in a row for JGR, but it's been Junior Motorsports on the ovals here in 2022. And Allgaier is going to take Chevrolet back to victory lane at the Magic Mile.
Oh, boy. Heck yeah. Excellent job.
He's not going to tell you.
Hello everyone and welcome to the New Hampshire Motor Speedway for the NASCAR Xfinity Series and Better Health 200 as John Hunter Nemechek and Justin Allgaier start in the front row as they try to punch their ticket into the Xfinity Series playoffs as they currently sit in on points but are just a few points out of winning territory right now. They are not safe yet, so they got to win. Get through, they're looking very good. Oh, already into turn 1 on the apron. Jeremy Clements makes it 5 wide with Nemechek, Creed, Allgaier, and Hill all banging doors. They're almost wrecking. Oh my goodness. Cars are scattering here. What a wild start. Oh, we got a crash in the back. Alfredo's around. Jeb Burton has damage. Looks like Parker Retzlaff as well. The 11 is just Daniel Hemrick turns the 78 of Alfredo right on into Ryan Sieg and Parker Retzlaff. Hard on the wall they go. Then Alfredo gets turned right down into the 27 of Jeb Burton. The 11 of Hemrick goes down with him. They both crash. Damage sustained both sides as Alfredo gets turned by Hemrick, causing our first caution of the day here on lap 1. Big time down the backstretch. Takes a couple of Jordan Anderson Racing cars down with him. Derek Kraus there at the back end collected a little bit of damage, but they continue fine. Nearly 4 wide through 3 and 4. Unbelievable racing here in New Hampshire. Brendan Poole sending it on the apron. Oh, we got cars. Oh, Joe Graff Jr.'s in the fence. Oh, he saved it. Somehow they didn't all wreck right there. What a start. Unbelievable. This is madness. Austin Hill, your leader here in New Hampshire. Now, Justin Allgaier now in the lead on the restart here on lap 28, a little ways later. Allgaier in the lead. Kligerman runs second. Austin Hill battling the 35 of Patrick Emmerling for 3rd place right now. Sheldon Creed is 5th. Nemechek 6th. The 08 of Mason Massey running in 7th. Connor Mosak back in 8th. Sammy Smith P9. And Kyle Weatherman run down your top 10 right now. How about that for a top 10 to start this race as we power down here to 3 and 4 to complete this lap number 24 here, heading on to lap number 25. Just looking at the Chad Fincham, the 66, battling for a spot just outside the top 10. More like the back end of the top 20 there. See Sam Mayer in the middle, 3 wide with the Sieg boys. Ryan and Kyle Sieg both going after it. Alfredo coming off the apron. Watch out back there. But back at the front, though, Parker Kligerman has gotten around Justin Allgaier for the race lead. Now Parker Kligerman trying to lock his way in the playoffs with a big win here from just below the cut line to Sammy Smith and Sheldon Creed right now. He's trying to punch his ticket through to the Xfinity Series playoffs. Can he do a caution? Caution is down on the racetrack here at New Hampshire. It looks like Anthony Alfredo has crashed with Riley Herbst, and Joe Graf Jr. also involved. Was had a car in the air. As I say, Joe Graf Jr. went flying through the air with the 98 of Riley Herbst. Huge hits. Graf and Herbst in the air, almost upside down. Ryan Ellis into the wall. As long as the 19 Joe Graf Jr. has Alfredo clear himself and clean out Ryan Ellis. Was a huge hit for Herbst. Joe Graf Jr. on his side, almost rolls on his lid. A crazy crash here on lap 24. See, the Joe Graf Jr. just came down as Alfredo came up, and nothing they could do. Right up, and Ryan Ellis gets drilled. Riley Herbst hard in the outside wall, sends him flying. Joe Graf Jr. up in the air on his side. Herbst the entire bumper in the air. A huge hit and a huge crash here in New Hampshire as we get one final look at this incident. That will take out Joe Graf Jr. from this race for sure, as well as Alfredo and Herbst. Back at the front of the field, it is Kligerman leading. Now Allgaier jumps back into the lead here on lap 30 on the restart. Alfredo is still hanging in here. Still a lap car on the bottom of the track hanging in here. 3 wide back there with Perkins and Custer, who are battling for third, as Connor Mosack has moved into second. As we see Alfredo squeeze up the racetrack of the O2. Watch out. And he's going to get turned. Alfredo gets turned in the wall by Perkins. They're crashing. And the cars are scattering behind him. And he's going to get drilled hard. Parsons, Nemechek, LeBay, and they got cars upside down. Mayer flipping over, toppling over cars. Kaz Grala is up and over. Brett Moffitt, huge hit. Kyle Weatherman involved. Joe Graf, Ryan Sieg, John Hunter, Nemechek. Dawson Cram gets a piece of it. Stephen Parsons, huge hit. And look at how high in the air Sam Mayer went. He rolled on top of the 4 of Kyle Weatherman. A hellacious big one here at New Hampshire has happened in unbelievable fashion. I see it all started with Anthony Alfredo getting hooked by Blaine Perkins right in front of Cole Custer, who's running in third. The O2 turns to 78, and bang, they slap Custer in the wall. Alfredo goes around, and he just gets tapped by Brandon Jones, and then gets hit hard by Stephen Parsons, and drilled by Nemechek, goes up and over Sarah. Look at all the cars piling in. Oh, Hemrick piles in. Huge hit. But Moffitt and Joe Graf had some hard hits. McLaughlin is out of the race as well with heavy contact. But what is happening here in New Hampshire? We are having tremendous, huge wrecks. We're going to look at this. See Alfredo right in the middle of the field, and bang, he gets T-bone. He gets lit up. I mean, that is a vicious hit. And that caused all these guys to go slamming into each other. Absolute ARCA-breaking madness right now. The ARCA-break level is insane, causing all these huge pile-ups. Unbelievable. And that brings the caution out with Justin Allgaier leading the Am Better Health 200 at New Hampshire. And now we move on to lap 39 a little bit later. Allgaier still in the lead over Connor Mosack as he looks to maybe a 3-wide situation with Brandon Jones and Chris Hacker. Chris Hacker makes a pass by the 9 as he has a little bit of damage. Now Earps is a lapper, as well as Josh Williams are trying to get around Mosack and Allgaier, your 2 leaders right now. Allgaier having a very strong run to begin this race. Leads. Mosack runs in second. You got Chad Fincham in third. Kyle Sieg back in fourth. And Chris Hacker, I believe, runs in the 5th position. How about that? RSS Racing, 2 cars in the top 5. But Justin Allgaier leading here in New Hampshire. Looks to have a very strong run and possibly find himself back in victory lane once again. As they are racing, they are battling for every position on the racetrack here. Each position so valuable. Here at New Hampshire, they're 3 wide. Sieg, Fincham, Jeffrey Earnhardt. Watch a little bit of a squeeze. Caution out on the racetrack. It looks like maybe Brandon Jones or Smoke had Austin Hill maybe involved in an incident. And indeed, Austin Hill and a bunch of guys back here. Whoa, there's a whole thing happened back here. Brandon Jones, this is way back in turn 2. The 9 of Brandon Jones, Austin Hill slides up into him here. They get squeezed 4 wide, turned hard on the outside wall. Big hit for Austin Hill. Brandon Jones and Cole Custer. Heavy damage as Dawson Cram was the one who got turned up the racetrack by a little bit of Custer. Hit Hill into Cram, and boom, hard in the wall they go. Big damage to Custer, Hill, Cram, and Brandon Jones here bringing out the caution flag. Meanwhile, back at the front, Allgaier leads now. Connor Mosack finds himself in the lead. here on lap 41 as they, sorry, lap 49 maybe. Yeah, lap 41 as the chaotic start to this race continues. Mosak leads over Kyle Sieg, Chris Hacker, Derek Kraus, and Parker Kligerman. What a top 5. The RSS cars second and third, trying to find their way by the lapper of Jeffrey Earnhardt. Sorry, it's not Jeffrey Earnhardt in the 44. I keep saying it is. It's actually Raja Caruth in the 44, who's the lap car. So they're going to find their way by Raja. Oh, trouble! Sheldon Creed and Josh Berry have had problems. It looks like the 2 of Creed gets hooked by the 8 of Josh Berry and spun down into the inside safer barrier. Damage sustained heavily by Sheldon Creed, only lightly by the 8 of Josh Berry. As Josh Berry just clipped Creed. The 35 barely avoids it, but Creed goes head on into that inside safer barrier and a huge hit for Sheldon. He goes sliding. Josh Berry makes it by safely. And as they race back to the line is going to be Connor Mosak leading Kyle Sieg and Chris Hacker at New Hampshire. And now, continuing to lead here is Connor Mosak on lap number 46. He leads. You got Kyle Sieg by Earps pushing 3 wide here with Raja Caruth. Almost a squeeze the outside. Oh, there goes Caruth head on to the inside wall. A huge hit. Earps come back and he gets drilled by Sammy Smith and Josh Williams up and over. A huge crash for Riley Earps. Multiple vicious hits off of Josh Williams and Sammy Smith after the 44 Raja Caruth goes head on into the inside safer barrier. Sammy Smith turns right into Riley Earps, sends him right back into Josh Williams. Earps goes flying through the air, almost upside down. Multiple hard hits will knock Riley Earps out of this race, as well as Josh Williams, Sammy Smith, and Raja Caruth. After look at that hard hit. Caruth flying through the air. Then Earps slides. I don't know what Sammy Smith is doing. He turns right into 98. Huge lick. Back into Josh Williams. Head-on collision. T-bone. Big hit. Jeb Burton so lucky to avoid that. But the 98 demolished. Destroyed. As well as the 18 of Sammy Smith. A bubble driver. That will cost Sammy Smith's playoff hopes dearly. As the 98 gets slammed by the 44. Bang. Look at those 2 hard hits by Sammy Smith and Josh Williams. That brings out the caution near the end of stage 1 here as they go back to the start finish line. Sheldon Creed away on the apron, merging back on the track. Watch out. Oh my god, he almost hit the 7. Mosak leads, but coming to end stage 1 under caution. Chris Hacker wins stage 1 at New Hampshire, followed by Kyle Sieg in second, Kligerman in third. Then you got Derek Kraus in fourth, Jeremy Clements, Blaine Perkins, Chandler Smith, Dawson Cram, and so on, your top 10. But how about that? Chris Hacker wins stage 1. Now Parker Kligerman in the lead. Oh, contact back there. Almost a crash. Oh, we do have a crash. Dawson Cram's. Oh, and he gets hit head on. The 35. Mosak, a huge lick. Sorry, not Mosak. 35 of Patrick Emmerling. A huge lick in the side of Cram, who gets hooked by Custer into that safer barrier, and turning down right into him is the 35 of Emmerling. A huge hit for Patrick Emmerling and Dawson Cram. They are both done for the day for sure. As Chris Hacker, stage 1 winner, is back there, but Parker Kligerman leads at New Hampshire. Now we move on to the last lap of stage 2. It is now Kyle Sieg, Ryan Sieg's brother, driving the number 28 for RSS Racing, looking to get his first career stage win. The 7 of Justin Allgaier sits 1 lap down right now as Kyle Sieg wins stage 2 at New Hampshire. How about that? Mason Massey, your runner-up in the stage. Third is going to be Josh Berry. Actually ends up fourth. Allgaier was second. There was Massey, Berry, and then you got here the 66 of Fincham. Come home 5th, and you see the rest of the top 10 there. But Kyle Sieg wins stage 2 now. A bunch of cars are back on the lead lap now. Kyle Sieg leads here with 52 laps to go in New Hampshire. And oh, trouble, Brandon Jones around into the wall. Chris Hacker damaged. The 02 is in it as well of Perkins. Brandon Jones gets turned in front of the pack here as Clements turns inexplicably into Chris Hacker. Slams Brandon Jones into the wall of Blaine Perkins. Clements nearly cleans out Allgaier coming back on the racetrack, but Kyle Sieg leading at New Hampshire. Can he pull off the upset? Could it happen? And 2 to go at New Hampshire, and guess what, ladies and gentlemen? It might just happen. Kyle Sieg is in the lead by 1.6 seconds over the 16 of Chandler Smith. This would be an unbelievable next level upset that we have not seen in years here. White flag, final lap of Credit One Bank at New Hampshire for Kyle Sieg. He leads Chandler Smith, Justin Allgaier, and Parker Kligerman, who are a ways back behind him as he runs this track for the final time. The playoff grid is about to be shaken up, flipped on its head, and it is about to be a spicy end to this regular season as we're going to have some notable drivers missing the playoff cut line because of this, as through 3 and 4, for the final time at New Hampshire. Kyle Sieg with the upset. Kyle Sieg wins at New Hampshire. Chandler Smith, your runner-up. Allgaier in third. Kligerman fourth. Running out your top 5, the 8 of Josh Berry. 6th place going to be the 08 of Mason Massey, a season best finish. Chris Hacker, a career best 7th. Blaine Perkins, career best 8th. Chad Fincham comes through to finish in 9th place. Another career best right there. And Jeremy Clements going to have a very solid top 10 run here at New Hampshire as Jeremy Clements runs out your top 10 in 10th. As Kyle Sieg pulls off the unthinkable upset here at New Hampshire and is into the playoffs for the NASCAR Xfinity Series, joining his brother Ryan Sieg. We got the Sieg boys in the playoffs. Unbelievable scenes. You see the race results on the left side of your screen. A extremely long and tenuous list of DNFs because of the multiple huge crashes we witnessed and the ARCA braking that did go on in this tomfoolery. Now look at the updated playoff grid. Kyle Sieg slots in 6th with 6 playoff points, getting his first career win here in New Hampshire, which now moves the cut line to make it very interesting. Sam Mayer sits 56 points to the good. John Hunter Nemechek sits 53 to the good. And Justin Allgaier 40 points above Parker Kligerman, who thought he was going to be good at the cut line. Then Sheldon Creed also 40 points out. He is tied with Kligerman. Sammy Smith sits 52 points out. Brett Muff out by 87 and more than 100 points out for Alfredo, Retzloff, Clements, Burton, Gralla, and everyone else below them. So until the next episode, I hope you all have a good one.